Okay, I know I'm not the only one who's been waiting all week for this moment. No alarms, no rushing, just a Sunday. And today, I'm inviting you into mine. From the very first second I open my eyes to the moment I feel ready for the day. Whatever that means on a Sunday. We're doing it all. Slowly, intentionally, and real. Because honestly, waking up on a Sunday is a whole mood. So grab a coffee, tea, water, whatever you love. Let's do this together. Waking up, so the first thing I do, before anything else, is just lie there for a bit. No pressure to jump up. No to-do list immediately chasing me. I take a few deep breaths. Just feeling my body wake up naturally. Sometimes I'll reach for my phone, not gonna lie, but today, I just laid still and listened. The little hum of the fan. A bird outside. The creak of my old bed frame. It sounds dramatic, but it really does help ground me. And if you're wondering, yes, I totally did hit snooze twice. Zero regrets. Bedroom rituals. Once I'm up, I do something that I swear makes all the difference. I make my bed. Even if it's just halfway. I feel like it sets a tone, like okay, we're doing this day gently, but with purpose. While I'm making the bed, I like to think about one small thing I'm looking forward to. Today, it's a long shower, and maybe pancakes, but we'll get there. I've also been keeping a journal next to my bed. Just a few lines every morning. I don't write essays, just little check-ins. Feeling tired but hopeful, or dreamt I was late to school again, even though I graduated 8 years ago. Why does that dream never go away? Morning face plus skincare, alright. Let's be real. I look like a soft potato when I wake up. But we're about to fix that. I always start with a splash of cold water. Instantly wakes me up, and I do this thing where I just stare at myself in the mirror for a few seconds. Not to judge, just to check in. Like, hey, we made it to another Sunday. You're doing okay. My skincare is simple. Nothing crazy. Just a gentle cleanser, a toner, serum if I remember, and moisturizer. Today I added sunscreen because I might actually step outside. Big plans, I know. Sunday playlist plus coffee. Okay, tell me if this is weird, but I have a Sunday-only playlist. It's like lo-fi, soul, a little acoustic, just super cozy. I'll link it below. Coffee is a must. Or tea, depending on the vibe. Today it's coffee with oat milk and a little cinnamon. I always forget how much I love cinnamon until I put it in my drink and go, whoa. Why don't I do this every day? This is probably my favorite moment. Just sipping, watching the world outside my window. Everything feels slower. Not like Saturday, where you're trying to be productive. Not like Monday looming, just stillness. Sunday outfit and vibe check. I try not to overthink outfits on Sundays. But I still want to feel good in what I'm wearing, you know. Today it's sweats and a soft oversized hoodie. Bonus points if it has a pocket. There's something really freeing about dressing for comfort, but still feeling put together. Like, I could go to brunch, or back to bed. Both are equally possible. You sit cross-legged on the bed. I'll usually do a little vibe check here. Light a candle, open a window, maybe pull a card from my little affirmation deck. I don't read into it too hard, it's more like setting an intention. Today's said, slow down to move forward. I mean, right, shower plus reset. Alright, time for what I call my mini spa hour. AKA, a long hot shower with no rush. I bring my speaker in. Sometimes I play music, sometimes I play a podcast. Today, silence. I needed quiet. I did a full body scrub, washed my hair, deep conditioned it, and used this eucalyptus body wash that makes my entire bathroom smell like a fancy hotel. I know showers aren't thrilling content, but trust me, game changer for your mental state. 10 out of 10 recommend romanticizing your Sunday shower. Hair, light makeup, optional. Some Sundays I don't touch my hair. Some Sundays I blow it out and pretend I'm doing a Vogue get ready with me. Today, somewhere in between, I'm just air drying it and adding a little leave-in. I'm doing the lightest makeup today. Just concealer, cream blush, brow gel, and lip balm. Nothing heavy. I don't need to look done, just fresh. I think makeup should be fun, not a chore. Especially on Sundays. So if I skip it, Still valid. Winding down plus plans for the day. So now I'm feeling refreshed, comfy, and kind of open to the day. No strict schedule, no back-to-back tasks. Just some light plans. I like to write down a few intentions. Not goals, intentions. Today mine are: move my body a little, call my sister, and bake something sweet. That's it, nothing fancy. This part of Sunday is where I try to not fill the time. Just let it be. Let myself be bored, inspired, whatever comes up. Alright, that's my Sunday morning. Nothing extraordinary, but honestly, I think that's the magic of it. Just slow, gentle steps back into myself. Today is a Sunday breakfast special. We're going to cook something delicious, sit in the sunshine, sip hot coffee, and let the world slow down for a minute. This is your invitation to unplug, be present, and maybe even try making something new. I'm not a professional chef, just a regular person who loves food, especially on Sundays. So if you're still in pajamas, perfect. If you've got your slippers on, even better. Let's make breakfast. Setting the vibe. First things first, we're setting the mood. I open the windows. Let that fresh Sunday morning air in. Light a candle that smells like vanilla and cinnamon. Play some old school jazz in the background. Something that makes you feel like you're in a cozy cafe in the middle of nowhere. This isn't just about food. It's about the feeling. So today, let's make it cozy, intentional, and just a little bit indulgent. Okay. Let's talk menu. Breakfast menu prep. So here's what I'm thinking. Fluffy buttermilk pancakes with golden edges, caramelized bananas on top with a dash of cinnamon, a side of crispy maple glazed turkey bacon, and of course, a big, steaming mug of vanilla oat milk coffee. Trust me, it's simpler than it sounds. And I'll walk you through every step. No stress. No pressure. If you mess something up, just laugh and keep going. That's part of the magic. Alright. Let's start with the pancakes. Pancake batter. I like to mix dry and wet ingredients separately first. Makes everything smoother. So in one bowl, flour, baking powder, a pinch of salt, and just a hint of sugar. In another bowl, buttermilk, 1 egg, a splash of vanilla, and melted butter. Stir until it's just combined. Don't overmix it. Lumps are fine. Actually, lumps are good. And here's a little secret. Let your batter sit for 5 to 10 minutes. It helps it fluff up when you cook it. During that time, I usually clean up the counter or just dance around the kitchen a little. Caring for your space. This might sound weird, but while I'm waiting, I take a second to just care for my space. Wipe down the counter, light another candle, pour myself a glass of water. I think a beautiful breakfast deserves a beautiful environment, even if it's just you eating it. Because how we do these little things, it all adds up to how we feel. And Sunday is for feeling good. Making pancakes. Alright, back to the stove. I heat up the skillet. Butter it lightly. When a drop of water dances on the surface, it's ready. Scoop about 1/3 of a cup of batter per pancake. Don't crowd the pan, we're not in a rush here. Let them get golden on the bottom before flipping. The trick? Wait for the bubbles. That's how you know when to flip. First batch always looks a little weird. That's okay. The second round is always better. Kind of like people, right? Caramelized bananas. While the pancakes are finishing up, I slice up a ripe banana. Toss it into a small pan with a little butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. Let it sizzle. They go soft, golden, slightly sticky. Smells amazing. These are going on top of the pancakes, but let's be honest, I could eat them straight from the pan. This part always feels luxurious. It takes just 5 minutes, but suddenly you're eating restaurant-level pancakes at home. Okay, while that all finishes cooking, this is the part where I invite you to be part of the kitchen crew. If you're enjoying this slow, cozy breakfast morning with me, don't forget to like the video. It really helps the channel grow. And I'd love to hear your breakfast rituals. Comment below. Do you go sweet or savory on Sundays? Do you cook with someone? Or is it solo vibes with a podcast on? Also, if you're new here, subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss next week's episode. We do this often, and it's always this cozy. Alright, food's ready. Let's plate. Plating plus savoring. I stack the pancakes. 2 or 3, depending on how I'm feeling. Spoon the caramelized bananas on top. Let them drip down the sides. Add a little more butter, because Sunday. Drizzle of real maple syrup. And then, a tiny pinch of flaky salt. Trust me, it makes everything pop. Side of crispy bacon. Coffee refilled. A little fruit if I'm feeling ambitious. And now, finally, we eat. Eating plus conversation. This is my favorite part. Sitting down with a full plate, nothing rushed. Just enjoying every bite. So tell me, what's your ideal breakfast? If you could eat anything right now, no time limit, no calories counted, what would it be? I've always thought breakfast is the most personal meal. Like, it tells you something about someone. Their mood. Their culture. Their cravings. It's a little window into their world. I know some people skip breakfast. Totally valid. But for me, this is sacred. I even think better with a pancake in front of me. Alright. The plate is almost empty. Coffee's nearly gone. Sun's higher now, and the jazz has been looping for a while. If you made it this far, thank you. Seriously. Thank you for spending this slow Sunday morning with me. I hope it inspired you to take your time, to cook something just for you, and to make even one small moment feel special. If you recreate this breakfast, please tag me or let me know. I love seeing what you make. And next Sunday? We're doing something new. So come back hungry. We're going to enjoy a Sunday together. Not the productive kind. Not the hustle Sunday with a 9-point checklist kind. This is the Sunday where you actually live. Slowly. Intentionally. Fully. So whether you're watching this with a cup of tea, folding laundry, lying in bed, or sitting alone with your thoughts, this is your little invitation to be here. To be still. To just be. Let's enjoy Sunday. Morning start. Woke up without an alarm today. Honestly, that might be my favorite part of the entire week. The silence. The sunlight creeping in through the curtains. The fact that I don't have to move, but I get to. I stayed in bed for a while. Just let my body wake up on its own. No scrolling. No checking emails. I actually listened to the sounds outside, birds, someone walking their dog, the wind. Things you forget to notice when you're rushing. Eventually I sat up, stretched, pulled on the same hoodie I wear every weekend, and padded into the kitchen barefoot. That's when Sunday really begins. Breakfast moments. Breakfast today? Easy. 2 slices of sourdough, toasted. Butter. A little bit of honey. Soft boiled eggs. Black coffee, because that's how I like it when I'm not trying to impress anyone. There's something special about eating breakfast slowly. Not standing over the sink. Not scrolling. Just sitting down, tasting your food. I took it outside to the little balcony. Let the breeze hit my face. Watched a squirrel scale a tree like it was training for the Olympics. Sometimes I think food tastes better when you're not doing 5 other things. Sunday journaling. After breakfast, I grabbed my journal. Not to write a novel, just to reflect. Sunday is usually when I ask myself a few questions. What made me smile this week? What drained me? What do I want more of? I wrote, the sound of quiet in the morning. That's what made me smile. And that's what Sunday gives us, a little space between the noise. Sunday cleaning, but soft okay, so don't laugh, but I actually like cleaning on Sundays. Not deep cleaning. Not scrubbing floors. Just tidying. Folding the blanket I left on the couch. Washing that one mug I keep reusing. Making the bed even though I already laid in it for 2 hours. There's something meditative about resetting your space. Like you're telling yourself, hey, you're worth taking care of. And once the kitchen counter is wiped down and the candles are lit again, suddenly the whole place feels calm. Midday pause. I didn't have plans today. That was intentional. I think we fill our calendars too quickly. As if stillness is wasteful. As if boredom is dangerous. But what if it's the opposite? So I sat for a while. No music. No TV. Just me, on the couch, watching the light shift across the floor. It sounds boring, I know. But it didn't feel boring. It felt like breathing. Like catching up with myself. I thought about nothing, and somehow that meant everything. Blank, underscore, blank, hey, while we're in this quiet little pocket of time, let me just say, if you're enjoying this video, take a second to like it. It lets me know you love this slower pace, these unscripted moments. This space we're sharing. If Sundays mean something special to you, leave a comment. Tell me what you do to make it feel good. Your little rituals. I read every one. And if you want more days like this, more real-time life, more gentle videos, subscribe. We're building something calm here, and I'd love for you to be part of it. Okay, back to the day. Afternoon outing around 2 o'clock, I decided to take a walk. No headphones. Just the sound of the world doing its thing. Kids riding scooters down the street. Someone mowing their lawn. A dog barking at a squirrel like it owes him money. I stopped at my favorite little park and sat on the bench under that one crooked tree I always go to. I watched the clouds move, like, really watched them. Noticed how fast they shift when you're actually looking. I used to think these walks needed to be productive. Steps counted. Podcasts playing. Now, I just walk to walk. That's enough. Evening wind down. By the time I got home, the sky was starting to turn that warm blue-gray color that always makes me nostalgic. I made something simple for dinner. Pasta with olive oil, garlic, and crushed red pepper. A salad with whatever I had left in the fridge. Nothing fancy, but it hit the spot. I lit a few candles. Turned off the overhead lights. Put on a soft record, Billie Holiday Tonight. And just let the evening stretch out like warm taffy. Sunday evenings used to feel like the weekend was over. Now I try to make them feel like the soul of the weekend. Quiet. Rich. Unrushed. Nighttime reflection. Before bed, I did one last thing. I made tea. Chamomile with honey. Climbed into bed early, even though I wasn't tired yet. I opened a book, not for productivity, not to check it off some reading list. Just to read. And I asked myself, softly, did I enjoy today? And the answer was yes. Fully. Completely. Yes. Not because I did anything huge. But because I did everything slowly. Mindfully. Like it mattered. Because it does. So if you've made it here, to the end, thank you. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. For slowing down. For being curious about your own quiet moments. I hope you do something small for yourself today. Make that cup of coffee you love. Take the long way home. Say no to one thing, and yes to rest. And I hope, in your own way, you enjoy your Sunday too. I'll see you next time. Stay well. Stay slow. And stay you.